everybody, it's K Cash, and I know it's been a while. Let me get this out of my mouth. Okay. It's been a while, but a lot has been going on. I've moved a couple of times. Um, just had a lot, once again, have a lot going on. But I watched Fight Night $1 Million Heist. Okay, it has starring Kevin Hart, Taraji P. Henson, Samuel L. Jackson, Don Cheadle, my man Terrence Howard, along with a other host of celebrities. I'm like, they just put everybody into one lump sum, didn't they? Like, everybody is in this movie. Like, you can't go, Samuel, you can't go wrong. You got a hit. You got a hit with him. Like, there's no way you're going wrong with him. So, I'm going to talk about the first 4 episodes, I think. I'm from Atlanta. So, I was so elated about the different places that they were showing. So first it took place in funeral home, Bankhead Funeral Home. I don't know if that's a real place or not. But it was on the west side. And just to give a little backdrop, the area that they were mostly heavily focused on was the west side of Atlanta. Collier Heights, baby. Back in the 70s, Collier Heights was the ish. That's where a lot of the predominantly black people lived, was Collier Heights, So it starts off, Kevin Hart's character name is Chicken Man. Yeah, it's Chicken Man. I mixed up Bankhead and whatever. So Chicken Man is the hustler. He a numbers man. He goes around and he's taking everybody's numbers. First, it starts off in the funeral home. Then he went around to the area where the pimps were. One of the pimps was saying one of his hoes, she had hit and he didn't get the money, and he said, man, I ain't got nothing to do with y'all business. And then he goes to the office, to the downtown Capitol. He goes downtown to the Capitol. It's a janitor that he's real cool with up there. He takes his money, and then he goes to his main one, not his main chick. Like, I guess his main chick house. Her name Vivian. That's Taraji, and that's where they have all the number money and all that stuff. Well, he tells Taraji that they go into the Claremont Lounge. Now, I know exactly where the Claremont Lounge is. It's on Ponce de Leon in Atlanta. I've never been in there. When I did go in there, the place was closed. So we didn't have a chance to go inside the Claremont Lounge. But I've heard a lot about it, And so I'm guessing back in the 70s, it was big and popping. So the reason why is because him and Vivian is going to meet up with this guy named Silky. Silky works for the big time man, Frank Molden. Now, I was kind of confused. I'm like, is that supposed to be Frank? Frank Lucas, or it was a different Frank? I didn't do no research on that part yet, but I don't know. But yeah, so they go to the Claremont Lounge, and Silky is there. Silky works for Frank Moulton. So they are meeting up with him. And the reason why they're going to have this big party, the reason why Frank Moulton and all the, the heads are coming down to Atlanta, is because Muhammad Ali is going to be fighting in Atlanta. For the first time, I think, after he was not, I guess he didn't fight in the war. He didn't want to. So this will be the first time, and they approved it for him to come to Georgia. Now, I do remember, them saying Ali came to Atlanta to, fight, to box. But I didn't know about the party and everything. And I asked my aunt. My aunt is like 75 years old. She said she remembered. She was like, that really did happen back in the 70s. And She said Chicken Man is a real person. He used to be down on like Auburn Avenue. And so, you know, that really happened. So going back to the story, they at the Claremont Lounge, and Silky works for Frank. And this other guy comes in, and I wrote his name down. Emerson. Emerson, we don't know where he come from. He just appears. So Silky goes and talks to him. And Chicken Man and Vivian, they like, what's going on? What he talking to him for? So he comes back. He was like, yeah, we trying to throw like a party for the boss when he comes down here. So Chicken Man gets this great idea because he wants to do business down here in Atlanta with, with Frank Moulton. So he said, hey man, I'll do the party. You know what I'm saying? I got everything. I'll do the party. So, Silky like, man, if you sure you want to take this on, because if you do and it don't go right, you dead and you on your own. So, Chicken Man said, I got the money. And then, Vivian was like, well, we want just 5%. So, they take the 5%. So now, here we go. We finna have a party. But before we have a party, we going to church. Chicken Man, he goes to church, and this is where we meet his wife and 3 children. And he gets there late, of course. And so the pastor was like, yeah, and we just want to thank you for your kind contribution for paying for our roof. And they tell Chicken Man to stand up, and he like, oh my God, I didn't know I was paying for a roof. And I thought that was so funny. I like Kevin Hart in movies. He is just naturally just funny, with his facial expressions and everything. And in this movie, he had a chance to get him a little gold in his mouth, so he got him a little gold on the side. You were pimping back then when you had a little gold on the side. I wanted to meet. Well, I had golds on the side. I had 2 of them. I had one right here, right here. I had 2. So, but he was really doing it. So now we're about to have a party. Okay. So in the midst of having the party, we got to get the head bosses aware of this party, and it's got to be big, So, what's his name? Chicken Man said, oh, it's going to be big. We're going to make it Vegas style. We're going to have it like set up like a casino. So that's how they're going to do it. So he contacts the different bosses, and I wrote their names down. Contact the firm. Mushmouth is from Detroit, and that's Clifton Powell. He can't hardly talk. You don't know what he's saying. You got Bunker Willis. He's from the south side of Chicago. He's the butcher man. He trying to use knives. He said, well, ain't gonna be it's no guns. He said, ain't gonna be no knives either. Kevin Hart so funny. And Tex. I think Tex is from that show I watched called The Family Business. I didn't even look it up to see, but he looks like that man from The Family Business. He controls Texas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. And then you have Missouri Slim. He takes Kansas City, and that's David Banner. I did not even know that was David Banner. He's doing a really good job. And so they call all them up, let them know it's finna be a party. Beside the party, we got Muhammad Ali. He's here in Atlanta. He does a press conference. And J.D. Hudson, which is a real person, my aunt, she said, yes, he's a real person. He got chose to do security for the champ. He doesn't like the job at all. He's like, why I gotta do it? They always giving me stuff to do, and those detailed jobs. And he was like one of the first black policemen on the team for Atlanta. So he doesn't want to do it. He talks to his wife about it, and his daughter's excited, So then we have a shakedown. Okay, this big man comes to Vivian's house, gets Chicken Man, put him in a car. He goes, and it's the person, I guess the mob or one of the gangsters from Miami. And he's saying, hey man, I heard about this party. You all didn't tell me about this party. Like, why am I not invited? I mean, then all of a sudden he tell Chicken Man he gotta pay him some money. So now Chicken Man telling, I'm sorry, you have Cadillac. And Cadillac is covering New Jersey, which is Terrence Howard. Silky and Cadillac, they laughing at him. They like, man, this messed up. You know, they at the Hyatt. The Hyatt still look the same from the last time I've been. I hadn't been to the Hyatt in a while. But it's the same. The Hyatt was the biggest hotel before the Westin. Before the Westin was there, it was the Hyatt. The Hyatt was the bomb. They also have a restaurant, that little blue figure, that's a restaurant up there. And it's still there. I want to go eat up there one day. So he telling Silky and Cadillac, man, he got shook down by these Miami people. So Lola Falana walks in, which is played by, I don't want to mess her name up, Lori Harvey. And Cadillac tells him, man, you know the boss really want to talk to her. He got some tickets to go to California just to whatever for some reason or another. So he was like, so if I could get her to talk to him, maybe he can get this Miami dude off my back. He said, more than that, you know. So of course, Chicken Man does his thing and gets the cigarettes she want, because when she came in, there was some cigarettes she wanted. They didn't have it. He convinces her to talk to Frank. So they had dinner and she appeared and Frank said, oh, that little problem you got, don't worry about it. It's taken care of. So boom, we already see right there how Chicken Man, he has the mouthpiece. He can finesse really well. Then we get to the episode 2. So then, hold on. So then we actually do go to the fight. Muhammad Ali, he was training so I don't know exactly where he was, but I know he had a lake and all that where he was training. He had a little problem with that. I don't know why. The second episode, it was a guy from the Soul Train, the TV show. I can't believe his name, but he played McKinley. And McKinley meets up with one of his old army buddies. Emerson and McKinley went to the army together. So apparently, McKinley used to, rob back in the day. Used to rob, I guess, do the same stuff back in the day. And McKinley saying, well, I'm a changed man. Changed man until he told him how much money was going to be in it. He said it was going to be $20K. And that's when McKinley said, okay, well, we're going to need some other crazy people to go in here and do this. But the whole job, $20K? So, but if it's 5 people, then it's more than $20K. Something ain't right about this and this math. But anyway, so McKinley, they go to the house. And I was trying to understand how you just have random painters to just come to the house. You don't know who they are. When Chicken Man and Vivian was outside. And then we also saw Chicken Man's other side piece. I forgot her name. She came with some stuff. Like, he's a real ladies man. That's one thing we know, that we can see he's a real ladies man. So I'm going to just do the first 2 episodes. And then I'll do the other 3 and 4. Yeah. So, so McKinley hooks up with this man named Willie Black. And we don't know where Willie Black come from or nothing. We just know that he's working with Emerson. So they get in the truck, they go to the house, they dress up like painters, and they just walk in these people's house and they case the place. And he said, McKinley said, yeah, it's doable, but we gonna need some more people to do this. So then that's when they get a crew. Andre, Boone, Tommy, Baby Ray, and they needed a female, Lena. I forgot her, Chloe. She's from, oh my God, y'all. I'm gonna get these names right. So they get a female. So they tell them the plan and everything. So at the night of the party, they go in and they actually just tell everybody they're holding them hostage and they just want their money and stuff. It was confusing to me because I'm like, I would have left. But I guess they got guns and all that stuff and they caught them off guard. So, we leave off at the part where they've now been held hostage. So, I'm going to say, and oh yeah, they also, they recreated Underground, some of those places. And it's just kind of cool to see that, they got that part down packed. They were over there in Bedford Pine. That's where I used to live. And I was born in that area and over there in 4th Ward. I'm glad that they really, looked at the history because we don't play that. If you better get it right in Atlanta or you don't need to do it at all, So we know our history. We know what things supposed to be. We know how stuff's supposed to look. So I really am enjoying this mini-series, y'all. You all need to watch it. It's really good. And my personal belief in the movie, it is good. It's good. You can't go wrong with Samuel. And then Terrence Howard in this damn wig, he really took his character to the 10th power, didn't he? It's good for him and Cookie to be on screen again. I can say that much too. And Taraja, she's doing a good job. So I'll come back and I'm going to review episode 3 and 4. So y'all like, subscribe. Let me know if there's anything you want me to review. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.